Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Aquarius March 2024 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel St. James, clairvoyant, and it's great to see the subscribers again. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I love seeing you, truly I do. And who wouldn't love seeing you? Do you know, I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for Aquarians over the course of the last month from different countries around the world. And if you might be interested to see what's involved in having a one-on-one clairvoyant reading with me, then just check out the information that's in the description below. Now, the other spiritual gift that I was given at birth is that of healing. Now, I charge for readings, I have to, but healing is provided for free, without any obligation, no catch. You won't be sold or recommended anything from me or from anybody else. It's a free lunch. The gift was given to me on the basis that I am to get nothing in return myself. So you would understand, of course, that the healing comes through me and not from me. So if you have some emotional issue or a physical issue that you think will benefit from having the infusion of spirit into you, and everyone's been really happy that's had it, so you know it works, then I would say to you, don't be afraid. Just reach out to me. I'm very happy to do it, and it's my duty. It's my sole contract. So I'm pleased to do it. Now, we are going to take... Now, Google should put no advertisements in the middle of this video, so you should be able to enjoy the experience uninterrupted by video ads. Now, we're going to take 5 cards because 5 is all we need. This is deck is sort of a Renaissance deck. It's Raphael or Raphaelite, I can't remember. It's a long... The box is long gone. I just have it tied up with string. And I don't know really what it's called myself, but you probably do. And anyway, what I do know is that the pictures, they're not abstract, they're clear, they're sharp, and you can tell what they are, and it's in that sort of Renaissance sort of a style. Now we're going to take 5 cards. 5 is all we need, because we don't just spend 2 seconds on a card, do we? Oh no! They have a lot to tell you about the cosmic energies which are swirling around you. And so 5 keeps us occupied for our time. Now, show me the magic. The first is... that looks like the Queen of Coins, or Pentacles. That is the 8 of Cups. That looks like the Page of Pentacles, or Coins. That is the Queen of Wands. Lots of court cards here for you. And this is Pentacles again. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Well, why don't you, lots of gain around that, why don't you come sit down here next to me? I'll bring the camera around so we can both have a really good look at the imagery which is on these cards together while they speak to us about the cosmic energies affecting you this month. And I'll do the reading for you. Fantastic. Let's have a look at this one that you drew first. And this is overcoming this card here, as is this, and this. I'll get to this in a moment. But I want to deal first with this Queen. She's a Queen of Coins, or Discs, or Pentacles, whatever you would prefer to call it. I prefer to call her the Queen of the Thrones of Earth. Now, I must say that I feel that Sagittarius and Capricorn are going to be important to you at this time. This speaks of a person. Now, court cards, as you know, can reflect either gender. This is someone who is at this time going to be very ambitious, affectionate and kind, very charming, practical, and it's very good for people involved in domestic activities. There's a fruitfulness here, there's a physical nourishment, and I've got to say, I'm looking at these hills in the background here. I think this also represents someone who has had something of a barren past, but now you have arrived home. You've arrived in the gardens where there is prosperity and security. Now, I think that you are going to be ambitious, But it's a time for you to work with instinct and intuition rather than just the intellect, because I think that you're going to be quiet, hard-working, very practical, as I say, and sensible. But just make sure that you don't become entirely mechanical in the way that you go about things. Now, the person reflecting this energy possesses the finest of the quieter qualities. And this person can, in an unassuming way, actually be very lusty and sexy, and can sometimes also get into the drink, but can be very, very sexually attractive at this period. Now, there's a nurturing effect around here, very much of nurturing of yourself and the nurturing of other people, and you'll be expressing yourself practically. This is a parent type of figure, a mentor who guides others through their problems. But you do need to find time to create nurturing time for yourself. Now, you'll find that you are in harmony with nature and with the cycles of change, and living a harmonious life. You're not going to be stagnant, even though this card here does hint towards stagnation of something I'm getting here. This is overcoming it. Now, the journey that you have previously undertaken shows that your vision now comes about by having learnt lessons from the past and working on yourself. Because now you have a strength and an adaptability, the ability to go with the flow that is going to get you through troubled times. All of our lives invariably change and events change around us, but you will be managing them. I think this is also bringing you about with the ability to get things done. You can channel all of your energy into working on yourself and achieving things in this world. The things that you want to achieve in terms of your work and life path. Now, this energy shows that you've roughly made plans to be where you are now in life and career, and you've achieved these things. But in this oasis now, you can plan to move on. So keep practical, compassionate, and nurturing, and have that nurturing attitude to others and your own circumstances, and go with the flow. Now, I do think that you have been through something of a dry stretch on your journey, and you've now arrived in more fruitful surroundings. Now you can rest and devote some attention to yourself and to your physical needs. And you might ask yourself this: in what ways have you neglected your body, your outer self? Do you indulge yourself too much? Too much is what I say, because there's nothing wrong with indulging yourself, but do devote more attention to your health and your physical beauty. Well, you have physical beauty, just don't rest on your laurels in that respect. Say to yourself, I give my body the gift of loving attention, because it gives me the gift of life, energy, joy in living, as well as health. Now, there was another queen, and that is below her, and let's have a look at it. And it is the Queen of Wands, or as I call her, the Queen of the Thrones of Flame. Now, to have a look at her, what can we say? Gee, I get Pisces and Aries around here. Why is that? I think it's because Pisces is going to give you sensitivity and inspiration, and Aries is going to give you leadership ability and self-confidence. Now, this is a time in which you will be very adaptable. There is a persistent energy associated with you, and you are going to give off a calm authority. And again, There are enormous powers of attraction here, sexual attraction. It's going through, blazing away here. Now, I do think that you can be generous, but I do think that you might have no time at all for people who are holding opposing views to you, because you'll be impatient with idiots, I suppose I can say. Now, this is someone who has mastered self-knowledge. You will, I think, have or be at this time looking deep into your own nature. And this is leading to a transformation of your being. Now, in order to help others, you need to understand and get into the mind of the other person. Now, this throne that she's sitting on here is quite majestic, and she's got this, what would you call that, a scepter that's there. She is, of course, the unification of water being the queen and fire being wands. And so, by unifying fire, that is spirit, and water, emotion, you are going to have an intuitive recognition of other people and an emotional involvement with people, which effect inner transformation with you. You will have a intellectual clarity and expanded perception, but you are not going to forget the suffering which has come about before this time. Your consciousness might be turned inward, and your presence may well radiate the blessedness of inner peace. You know, you are now going through the process of self-discovery, I think, and remembering your own power. You got to where you are in life by getting over difficulties in the past, and as a result, you are now a strong character. So it's time for you to express your natural beauty and power and move on from the past. Because you definitely will know what you want at this time, and you'll be having a very active life and creating a very powerful first impression. Now, there is an immense capacity for friendship here, and also for love, but I really see you as putting up a gate and being very selective about who you let in to be a friend or a lover. In some respects, some people might think that there is something of a vanity or even a snobbery associated with that. Now, just be aware, because sometimes this energy, well, I at the edges of this energy, I'm getting the feeling of the ability to brood, to come to the wrong decision as a result, and then to react with savagery. This energy can also infuse a person such that they can become quick to take offense and want to harbor revenge, very often without good cause. And she can sometimes have depression or the blues, which can self-medicate with the booze, and that can lead to panic-stricken outbursts of ill-considered fury. But nevertheless, I think that, well, there is that shadow aspect which is there, I suppose, but you are going to have the ability and the confidence to now step out into the world. And not only that, but you will have the direction into which you want to go and the confidence to walk forward. Now, I think you have worked on yourself and made progress. It's time to learn how to share this with others. Let your self-realization be expressed in your daily life. And how can you share what you have found for yourself with other people? Think about this. Learning is finding out what you already know. Action is showing that you know. Teaching is letting others know that they know it as well as you. But one thought that you should have in your mind during this period, because it is definitely bursting through here now, and that is, I am a radiant being filled with light and love. Now, there was another person sitting underneath her, I think, and let's have a look here. This is a very fertile energy here with you. This is the Page of Earth. Now, I'm going to take it as if this is a woman. I do see the outline of breasts below there, so I might refer to her as a woman. But, of course, the genders are quite fluid in these court cards here. So here we have the Page. Now, Taurus, Gemini, and Aries are likely to be important to you at this time. This is a period in which you are going to be beautiful, strong, pregnant with life, and as before, generous, kind, and benevolent. There's a lot of fertility around here, so don't be surprised if you hear of pregnancy, if you hear of birth. And there's a great degree of renewal as well. Now, the Page is Earth, and in the suit of Earth, what there is here is the real ability to make things tangible. In another sense, what this energy, as represented by this card, is doing is that it is a channel that transforms the light of the divine into earthly creations. Now, your intuition will listen to what your body needs. That came from that Queen, didn't it? You may well find that you go through a great period of healing at the moment as well. And I think that she, anyway, is grateful for the opportunity to experience, to evolve, and to manifest divine creativity, because that's where all creativity originates, you realize, don't you? To manifest it into the physical plane. And she does remind you that every step you take on earth is a gift and a blessing. Now, as I say, her elements are earth and earth. She is the daughter and keeper of nature. She does channel her divine connection into the deep, dark soul of Mother Earth, bringing the highest and purest light into form. Now, her friendship with the earth gives her the talent to create beautiful natural creations. This is, for you, the messenger of good news. It indicates the beginning of a new opportunity, a project, a venture, a job, and certainly a solid relationship. And I think what she's doing is she's talking about things beginning to take form for you, opportunities opening up for maybe earning money and financial support. She's like the apprentice or the student learning new ideas and skills, and she's bringing to you a very creative time that can expand into new insights and horizons. There is the pregnancy around here again because of that great sense, real strong energy of growth around here. And I do think that she is talking to you and saying that it's a time to quiet yourself by maybe getting out into nature and just listening to it. She brings peace, healing, and balance. Furthermore, I think that this is representing and would permit you to be kind and helpful, following your will and true purpose in life. So this is about getting in touch with that most important aspect within you and protecting it, almost the way this page is protecting this coin here. It's a very productive time after what might to you have seemed a barren stretch. And it's very good for, as I say, domestic life. Well, we saw that with this queen. And those who choose to bring up children as well. Look, something new is entering into your life, so prepare yourself. Now, what must you do in order to be ready for something new to come into your life? And say this to yourself: I am now ready for the new beauty in my life. And that takes us then, I think, doesn't it, up? Let's go and have a look at this thing which I referred to briefly before. Huge finish here for you, which is very, very good, helpful and uplifting. But let's have a look at this energy here. Now, I told you that this queen was deflating it, as is this 9 of coins. And let's have a look and see what the astrology is, because I don't think it's so difficult for you as it might be for somebody else. The astrology is that of Saturn, your planet, in the first decan of Pisces, which is the 19th of February to the end of February. Look, people do say that Saturn is about structure, organization, about discipline. It's a heavy energy and responsibility. Well, you do know the good side of Saturn, which is about getting things done. It's about rewarding originality. It's about encouraging uniqueness. It's about pushing you towards completing your soul contract and walking along the path of your soul path. So the presence of Saturn, which might be difficult for other people, is very positive for you. Pisces is intuitive, spiritual, and emotional. Now, you might think that Saturn coming into watery Pisces, that Saturn dominates and suffocates the joy of Pisces, but for you, I don't think that this is so. And there is here, of course, with the number 8, the mystical association for me with the planet of Mercury. And Mercury is a very flighty planet and may not be able to resist Saturn. But Saturn is about showing you things. It's about teaching you things. It's about presenting you with tests. It's about giving you examinations. It's like a teacher that then provides you with an examination. So this 8 of Cups could well be a time when the inner tides from that watery Pisces of the self, they're shifting within you, creating a sort of a restlessness. It could well be a feeling of imbalance. It could also be a feeling of being emotionally overextended. Now, you might think just for a moment, and it's in a small way because of the way in which the cards are interacting with you, but you might think that what used to bring you happiness is no longer inspiring, and feelings of change are stirring up inside of you. But you do begin, I think, the process of letting go of something and knowing that it's time to move on. That's Saturn, you see. And this is also giving you the alert that there are feelings deep inside of you that are pushing you to journey inward towards a higher level of consciousness. Now, one way of dealing with this energy is to accept the change that comes and accept the change that is calling you, and you taking the necessary steps towards moving from one place to another. And if you do that, you'll find that there is a cleansed self that turns up and goes to a new level of consciousness. So it's a time, I think, for you to really focus on your personal truth and spiritual growth. Pay attention to the inspirations and messages that come to you through dreams, through meditation, and through prayer. And this can represent a change of a routine, a change of a job, change of a routine in a relationship or a change of a relationship, or moving to a new location, certainly releasing old patterns, maybe sometimes abandoning current patterns because you've come to the conclusion that, look, they're not going to go anywhere. It was a good trial process, but there are better things in store. Now, it does symbolize, I think, that there is a needed withdrawal, a retreat, so that you can re-examine your priorities and actions and your life, bringing in healing and new ideas to restore your inner balance. Your authentic self is calling you to go to higher realms, to accept an imminent change, and to free yourself. Now, it just may well be that this is the time you consider yourself. Have some self-discipline as well, saying, this I will do, this I won't do, and this I will say, this I won't say. It may be an old behavior pattern to always direct your love towards people from whom nothing comes in return. And this could also be a sign indicating your fears of accepting love. Now, what people come to mind for you in this context? Are you ready to dare to set those limits and stand by them? And in what situations do you hide your true feelings? There is a psalm in the book of the Old Testament, and I don't sell religion, but there's Psalm 16 verse 5 that says, "The Lord is my allotted share and portion, you control my fate." Now, I can assure you that meditating on that verse, Psalms 16 verse 5, that with every step you take and each moment that passes, you will feel comfort, confidence, and a stronger sense of direction. Now, this final card of the 9 of Earth, we're going to have to do quickly because I'm aware of your time, and let's have a look at it. Well, this is the Lord of material gain, and it's Venus ruling the second decan of Virgo. Well, Venus is concerned with love and also with money. And these are expressions of your values, your pleasures, your tastes, aren't they? Well, if love and money are not, then you need to go into the lunatic asylum. And Venus is saying to you that if your heart is pure and you follow your heart, your life can only gain from this, and good fortune is going to attend your affairs. So there's reward for effort here. There's realizing your goals. There's a sense of material security and self-sufficiency. There is growth, gain, good loving bonds and relationships here. The creativity and the thought that the more I give, the more I receive. This is a general time of improvements, as you would expect from these previous cards, in all areas of your life. Now, if your knowledge and creativity are filled with love, you'll gain from all situations in life. And the more deeply you are engaged, the more comprehensive your insights will be. Say this to yourself: everything that happens today serves my growth. The more I give, the more I receive. Good job, you. Yes, you did a really good job in that reading, and what a fantastic and interesting month it looks like it's going to be for you, and don't you deserve it? It's great to see you. And you deserve all the good things in life, really you do. Now, unless I see you privately for a reading or a healing, then I'll see you again next month. And until then, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.